Hey yo guys, time for my TNA Turning Point pay-per-view review. Now I'm here to do it, unlike Scott Hall was there last night, and it's time to review the pay-per-view of 10,000 Gimmicks. So the show started off with a vignette with AJ Styles complaining about how Kurt Angle doesn't have Christian Cage in the coalition, or the alliance, excuse me, and Kurt Angle said he'd go talk to them and it was time for him to man up. So taking a cheap shot at Ring of Honor for their pay-per-view, which by the way completely blew this one out of the water, not even close. And then the usual opening with TNA We Are Wrestling, and then the vignette thingy, the video package, opening package of Turning Point with the Silent Night type thing. But the first match of the night was the six-man tables match between Team 3D and Johnny Devine versus the Motor City Machine Guns and Black Machismo Jay Lethal. Really good match. This is a great match to open the show here. It's a 3-star match for sure. Let's see what happens. First of all, Bubba Ray, he antagonized the crowd before, saying that he was the greatest tag team, and Devon were the greatest tag team of all time, and everyone in the arena sucked. So that was nice. They all did the Guns and Machismo. They all did slingshot moves, where Shelly did a slingshot elbow, Lethal with a slingshot leg drop, and Sable with a flip over rope, like Eddie Guerrero used to do. Guns did a total elimination of Bubba Ray. Team 3D got a table and they slid it across the ring and it hit Jay Lethal right in the stomach. I found that to be kind of interesting. Devon did a vertical suplex into a stunner. Found that to be pretty decent. Bubba put himself through a table, so that didn't mean the match was over there. Lethal, let's just go to the finish here. Lethal hit Devine with his elbow from the top rope through the table, but the referee had been knocked down by Bubba Ray, so they just flipped sides and it made it look like Devine put Lethal through the table, so the ref saw that and Team 3 and Devine get the win. So a real good match here, and good thing this feud continues. The next match is ODB and Roxy Laveau versus Angelina Love and Velvet Sky. Not much you can say in this one really. We're just doing a match here, mostly like midget stuff here, or a lot of jokes played on ODB's ass, so, you know, I didn't find that to be that funny. I mean, ODB gave the referee a wedgie and stuff, so not much here, but Love and Sky got the win after Love with a big boot and then a side Russian leg sweep by Sky for the pin on Laveau. The next match was Cowboy James Storm and Showtime Eric Young. This was not bad of a match. It turned out better than I thought it would be, but, you know, it went a bit too long for the feud they're going there, but I guess I really can't take that away. But I still think it went way too long for the feud they had there, just a drinking feud. Young, he went right up, like it was the most intense match he's been in a while. He started with a sneak attack and he gave him a drop kick on the ramp. Storm baseball slide Jackie Moore. Storm started to work on Eric Young's shoulder, hit into the ring post, so there was some psychology in this one. Storm hit the Eye of the Storm. And Young hit his elbow drop off the top rope, and I really like his elbow drop. It's probably one of the best elbow drops off the top rope in the business. Anyways, the finish was Jackie Moore was gonna spit some beer into Eric Young's eyes. He ducked. She hit Storm. Storm took the bottle from Jackie and was gonna cold clock Eric. Took a big swig of it, and the referee took the bottle away from him, and then Young with the sunset flip roll up for the win. So if you need to do prediction videos and pay-per-views for TNA, get Eric Young. He'll get you a win. Next match is the worst match of the night, like the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I mean, the Feast or Fired match, which consisted of Triple X, Sanjay Dutt, Shark Boy, Rock and Rave Connection, P.D. Williams, Harris, VKM, LAX, and Scott Steiner. Now, you pay $30 for this pay-per-view, and you're expecting, oh, who's going to get fired, who's going to get these types of shots, and they tell you at the beginning of the match that it's not going to happen until Impact on Thursday. They're just trying to get a rating off of that. But you paid your money to see this happen, and they didn't. Like, what kind of load of crap is that? That is just retarded. That's typical TNA booking here. I mean, it's a battle royal where you can't get eliminated, where there were cases hanging off poles. The people who got cases were P.D. Williams, B.G. James, Scott Steiner, and Senshi. I liked how Senshi got his. He made a charge at Hernandez, and Hernandez tossed him up in the air, and he landed on the top rope and grabbed the case. That was very nice. Not much you can say. This is a pretty much a waste of time, and we'll get that back. And then the next match was the TNA Knockout Championship match. Gail Kim defended against Awesome Kong. Match of the night here. This was the best match on the night. I have not seen a women's match get that much crowd reaction in some time. I mean, this is the best women's match maybe in North America in maybe 20 years. I don't know how long. I don't remember any good women's match along those lines as this. This was such a good match. I mean, they at the beginning, Kong knocked Kim off the apron when she was doing her signature pose, and she hit her shoulder really hard against the mat. I thought that may have broke her shoulder or dislocated her shoulder. Kong had a camel clutch on her, and Kong's got a huge weight advantage, so I found that to be impressive. Kim missed a drop kick to Kong's forehead. That was intense. And this is where it picked up. The finish here was Kong getting DQ'd after pie-facing Andrew Thomas, breaking with her foot on the rope. So that's going to knock this down a peg on stars, maybe. But, you know, this was the best match tonight. This is maybe a 3.5 star match. It's that damn good for a women's match. Best women's match I have seen in some time. Then the match of 10,000 tacks. Now, before the match, we had Mike today, like earlier on in the show, announced that it would not be Rhino in here because Relic kicking his head and it gave him a stinger on Impact in their match, and you know Rhino has a history of neck injuries. So we cut to a promo with Black Rain, and he's saying his opponents, and he goes Raven, like he forgot who was. Like, why did you just kill the heat of the surprise? They announced it was going to be a surprise partner, and you just killed the heat there, Black Rain. That'd be Dustin. But anyway, not much in this one, really. This is a typical TNA gimmick match where everyone bleeds and there's color and, you know, go through tables and tacks, even though this was the match of 1,000 tacks. It was, the only thing I found to be kind of cool were two things. One, I found it intriguing that Relic tried to put thumbtacks in Raven's mouth. I found that to be like just intense. And then Raven threw Black Rain off the top rope, and he went through the bed of tacks and a table. But really, not much in this one here. If you're a fan of hardcore gimmick matches like that, you'll like it. If you hate tack or hardcore gimmick matches with tacks, you didn't like it. I mean, it's whatever your style is. I didn't like it, to be honest with you. So this was pretty terrible. Then the next match, and Asuka got the win with Black Hole Slam on Relic on the tacks. And then the next match was Robert Roode and Christian Cage versus Booker T and Kaz. Now this was a really good match. I mean, most Kaz, he worked the first 12 minutes of the match before Booker got the hot tag. You know, thank God they're pushing Kaz because, you know, he's doing wonders in TNA. Kaz did a nice springboard on Cage's chest, or he did a springboard leg drop onto Cage's chest. He did a flip over the top rope onto Roode. Roode with a big one-arm slam, the big, I forgot what it was called, but yeah, he just his bigger one-arm slam. The Wave of the Future. Kaz did a double DDT on Cage and Roode, and the finish came when Booker T hit the axe kick on Cage, and after Roode hit him in the head with the chair. So, you know, Booker T and Kaz get the win, and then after the match, Cage turns on Roode and pushes him away. So, you know, nothing much there. And then the main event of the evening, the Angle Alliance versus Samoa Joe, Kevin Nash, and we don't know if it's going to be Scott Hall, because the whole night they'd been teasing that he wasn't going to be there, and I thought it was just a very well done angle, but no, he was not even in the building. So Joe came out and did a work shoot on how the young talent was being held down in TNA, and how the young TNA wrestlers were, you know, getting held down, and then there's a difference between wrestlers and superstars. So, you know, and he said that the TNA guys were trying to find a partner for this, but he said no, we have all the guys in the back, and he asked everyone in the X Division if they wanted to come up, but one guy really wanted the gig, and that turned out to be Eric Young. Now, I gotta say, if this had been in Ring of Honor or ECW, the fans would have eaten this promo alive. I mean, they would have loved it so much. Wrong word there. But they would have loved this promo so much. Because it was great. He was speaking the truth. We all know he's speaking the truth on this one. I mean, he was saying, we all knew he was saying, because it's TNA and they don't know who the real superstars are. They think if you come from the WWE, you're a made man. You know, they don't realize talent. They really didn't get into this promo. But anyways, there's not much in this one, really. Young and Joe with, Young get a slingshot crossbody into Styles and Tomko, and Joe with a suicide dive. That was about it. Joe hit the muscle buster on Tomko for the win. So overall, this review gets a thumbs down. Terrible camera angles again by TNA. weak booking with you blowing promos and stuff and having the waste of time feast or fire match. So anyway, guys, I'm out. I may hit you with the news next, but I doubt it. Anyways, peace.